If you've ever had the idea of doing something with your truck because, well, the stock body is just trashed, which happens almost immediately because of the excessive weight of this vehicle, bodies just don't seem to hold up. So do you want to spend the $200-$300 it takes to get a new body on the truck, which you're going to probably tear up after the first time you barrel roll it? Would you rather do something that's a little bit cheaper and free up all that money for upgrades? Today is going to be a real quick alternative to that. You're going to be changing the 5T truck into a buggy style vehicle. First off, you're going to do is find the material you're going to use. I came up with a material called PETG. Stuff is, this particular material is 30 thousandths of an inch, which is, I believe, right around half as thick as the some of the parts on the Losi 5T truck body. Which you'd think, okay, you're using lighter material, it's not going to hold up as well. But then again, this stuff is, I don't know, pretty flexible. You can roll it. And here in Oregon, it's in the upper 30s, so stuff's pretty flexible. Anyway, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to take your Losi 5T and take all the body bolts out and everything. And first thing I did was to basically cut down all the bolts, all the mounting spots for the cab. And I cut that down right level with the screws that it takes to mount the roll cage together. Now what you do is you just take a large piece of material. Once you've got it cut down, you mount it here. And you can use the same buttons and all the same assembly to do that. You just may have to notch it out there or there. And when you come over here and you do the same thing. But as you're doing that, you want to pull it tight. So I've got it kind of secured right there. So I'm going to come around here. Now these are holes that I thought might match up. But what you want to do is at every place you know you're going to mount it. And what we're trying to do here is to eliminate all the sharp angles. So we want this to be smooth and to be rounded and curved. So anyway, you'd mount it right there, and then you mount it down there. And what that'll do is that'll press this down here. Keep that down, and then you'll pull it around, of course, mount it there and there. And once you mount it up here, you're going to come off to the other side and pull it tight, get it lined up. Make your next hole, pull it tight, get all the bowing out of the material. Just keep pulling it around and attaching it to key locations. And once you get that set up, then you can take it off and mask it off and do whatever you're going to do for some type of paint scheme. Now, like I said, this is just an alternative to give you a little idea on which direction to go. You can't really do too much if you're going to follow the roll cage. You're going to be pretty much locked into one shape. Of course, I am in the process of starting to look into a vacuum forming type of system, and that'll open up a whole new host of problems. But anyway, so once I did all that, I just masked it off, and this is what the truck looked like last year. Those are the body panels. And the reason for doing this was I wanted to eliminate all these sharp angles. Everything like this, and this was like, 1, 2, 3. There was a piece in here, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Wanted to try to eliminate that, and this is what I came up with. It's kind of limited with the paint colors that I used that I got from the paint store because they were just pretty much out. Now, like I said, getting some of these angles right was really difficult. This piece right here is a separate piece, and as you can tell, it didn't turn out too bad. Trying to follow this angle right here was very difficult, and I basically had to cut a large piece, attach it to one spot, and then try to bow it out and fill it in. And I actually had to put a little tie wrap here to kind of bring it into the roll cage a little bit. But anyway, something to think about. Maybe some ideas may have popped up. So, we got to keep our vehicles running good, running fast. And once we get all that done, it's nice to have a nice looking vehicle kind of show off to your friends because theirs are trashed. Anyway, West Coast RCs, hope that gave you any ideas. If you have any questions or comments, leave me a message. Bye.